Artificial intelligence hasn't made sales teams better. It's just made them faster. Now, before you click away, let me explain exactly what I mean. Over the last couple of years, AI has completely transformed the way sales teams work. Today, you can ask AI to write an outreach email in seconds. You can ask it to summarize a discovery call before you've even left a meeting. And you can ask it to research a business, build a follow-up sequence, and generate ideas almost instantly. So there's no doubt that AI has made us more productive. I use it every single day, and I have since 2022. But here's where I think business are getting slightly confused. What they're doing is actually they're measuring activity, but not the outcomes. So just because you can send 200 emails today doesn't mean that you're going to win more business. And just because your CRM is, full of prospects doesn't mean that your pipeline is full of fantastic opportunities. Those are two very different things. Let's focus on this. Faster equals better. And this is probably one of the biggest misunderstandings in sales today. People assume, because AI makes us faster, it automatically makes us better, but it doesn't. AI has solved the speed problem, there's no doubt in that, but it hasn't solved the decision problem. And that decision is still the most valuable skill set in business development. People have become obsessed with numbers. Send more emails, make more phone calls, build bigger outreach lists and create more sequences. And somewhere along the way, we've all started believing that if we simply increase the amount of activity we've produced, better results will automatically follow. But the problem is business development was never worked like that. You can send another 100 emails today, you can make another 50 phone calls tomorrow, and then you can automate every follow-up in your CRM and still not win a single business. And why is that? Because speed was never the bottleneck. The bottleneck has always been understanding which businesses are actually worth your time. So speed equals sales, revenue. This is where I think, AI is, being really misunderstood. AI gives every business speed, which is fantastic, but every business has the access to that same technology. Then speed really, it's no longer your competitive advantage, is it? Your competitive advantage becomes really how you use it. I've worked in business development and strategic business development for more than 30 years, and during that time, I've sold into some of the biggest organizations in the world. And one thing, has remained exactly the same. The best salespeople were never the ones making the most calls. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've done it myself. They were never the people sending the most emails. They were never the people, that did the most cold calls. It was the people that knew exactly who they were spending their time with, because time is your most valuable asset. And once you've spent an hour chasing the wrong prospect, you never get that hour back. So sales isn't about speaking to more businesses, it's about speaking to the right businesses. Every day when we collect data, I hear people online talking about sending 100 emails or sending hundreds of direct messages or doing 100 cold calls. And if that's actually working for them, which I believe it's not, then that's great. But don't assume that it's the only way to build a successful business, because it's not true. Every market is different, every product is different, and every customer is different. And that's the bottom line. Every customer is different. That's important to understand. Personally, I'd rather spend my day speaking to 10 businesses that actually generally need my solution than sending out or trying to speak to 100 or 200 that don't. Because at the end of the day, revenue is created by activity. It's also created by alignment. And that's where I believe the future of business development is actually heading. But let me be actually crystal clear on this. I'm not saying that speed isn't important, because it is. You know, if AI can save you 2 or 3 hours every single day, that's incredible, right? That is incredible. Those 2 or 3 hours you could spend, you know, creating more content. You could spend it improving your own products or services. You could speak to more customers, the right customers, build the right relationships, or even go home and spend some quality time with family. Speed is a huge advantage. But the mistake, you know, people are making is believing speed actually replaces that thinking. And it doesn't. Speed just gives you more time. It's your decisions that determine what you do with it. So if there's one thing I'd like you to take away from this video, it's this. Artificial intelligence hasn't made sales teams better. It's made them faster. The teams that win really over the next few years won't be the ones sending the most emails. It'll be the ones making those right decisions before they press send. That's exactly why we built Prospexto. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.